This is my portfolio book. I show my business card here first. I did the little mock-up of that, but this is also my business card just without my contact info. Um, and I highlighted that. I did my first, or the front of my business card for the front of my portfolio, and then the back is the last page of my portfolio. And these are my portraits that I did. This was a portrait of Scarlett Johansson that I did. This was actually this one over here, this painting of a portrait was one of my first portrait, kind of color block ideas that I did in my design class, I believe it was. And then this one I just did more recently, but I really like how you can see the progress that I've made. I think this was really good for one of the first digital portraits I've done. That's why I like to highlight that first. Here we have some page layout because I want to highlight that. That's kind of where I want to go towards more when doing projects for people. So I want to highlight those so they can see my work on those. This is a little newsletter I made for the graphic arts technology program at Harper. It shows all the different print processes and the graphic arts workflow that you would complete when working at Harper and doing graphic arts. Here is a little recipe. I actually took the recipe from online and then recreated it into a little recipe book. So I have a little mock-up of that here. I think it looks nice and crisp once I put it into a book. So definitely changed my view on this project once I made a mock-up of it. I think it looks really clean. Here are a few logos that I have made. Over here, this was a project I did to recreate a logo. The Cycle Antics logo bike shop was very, very old. It was childish. It wasn't a good eye catcher. Wasn't appealing. So I redid that. I did a few different mock-ups of that. And this Naturally Herbal logo was a company that I created, and I had to create a logo for them. I played around with a few ideas, and this was my final one. Here I have two posters. This one was to show all the different graphic arts classes that were available in fall of 2020 at Harper. I did edit this just recently from what I originally had. So I decided to include that there because I used some new skills that I knew to edit it, make it look nice. This was for the Harper Fashion Show that I created in 2021. There was a lot of Photoshop work in here, Illustrator work, and also InDesign, so I wanted to make sure to include that. It shows a range of skills that I have. Here was a book cover that I created actually based on one of my favorite movies, The Silence of the Lambs. I liked the backdrop. I thought that was really eerie-ish, like blood splatter. I felt like it really tied into the Silence of the Lambs book, if you know what it's about. And here is a little small mock-up that I created. Like I said before with my recipe, I think that making the mock-up just helps show you what your project, like the potential of your project and what it actually looks like. And I really like how my book cover looks once it's actually put onto a book. Here was a image I created on Photoshop. I included this at the end of my portfolio just because it's nothing too serious, but it does show my Photoshop skills, and that's important for some projects people might be looking for me to create for them. So I just want to make sure to include my little Photoshop skills that I have. Here is my resume. It is short now because I haven't had much graphic design experience yet outside of Harper, and I still have a semester, 2 semesters left of Harper, so I have a lot of time that I can get more opportunities and experience with actual graphic design. And then the end. This is the back of my business card and the end of my portfolio. Thank you.